Hello all. It's just a wee update video on the demolition for the Odeon Cinema up at the Dundee Stack Liesure Park. So today's date's the 13th of October 2022. So I'm going to go around the demolition just on the the peripherals and get some footage for you just for an update. Okay. So one thing I've noticed here is it's very dusty. You can still see the old curtains for the cinema screens, and some of the lighting's still there as well. It's the cinema lighting spotlights. And these two holes there is where the projectors would have been. That would have been the main projector, I think, and that would probably be the advertising one. You can still see where the seats were, that's the floor in that. Well, that's where the seats were. They removed the seating, and you can still see the steps, because the seats go up at an angle in the cinema. Towards the back it goes up, so it starts to go upwards towards the back of the cinema. You can see the floor going up at the angle. So, yeah. What I'll do now is I'll go around the other side and I'll get some footage round there as well for you, and the road it goes, there's a dead end road that goes through the shop. I'll go and get that footage at the other side. Round the other side, up that road up there, that's Harefield Road. This road is just the service road for the range, for the lorries, deliveries and that. and there'll be the west side of the cinema. So earlier on I was at the other side, the car park side, the Stack Liesure Park. So I'm just going to get myself down there and get the views from here, from this angle. So they've got the two excavators here now. This blue one's an additional one. That's probably going to be because of the amount of rubble and that. They might have needed to have two excavators, you know, to clear a path for the other one to get in. It looks like he's taking the yellow one's taking away the metal roofing and putting them in the piles with a big grab arm. And this one here with the pincers, I suppose. For cutting through the steel beams. That's what the blue one's got in there. The other one's got the bucket for picking up the debris, put them in the piles, and that's got the grab arm for cutting through the steel beams. I'll get the footage. So this is the back of the range. And as I said, over there, that's where the actual Stack retail park is. You still see the steel beams behind the brick cladding. The brickwork is patterned to resemble the Cox's Stack. That's the Cox's Stack there. And that's what the brickwork in the whole retail park's to resemble. The park was named after the Cox's Stack. Hence the name Stack Liesure Park. I think the reason that closed down in 2001 is because when they opened up the other cinema, the Cinema World, 1996, 97, and then they opened up another bigger Odeon at the other end of the city. And I think that's the reason why this one was closed down. It wasn't as big as the other Odeon. So that was built in 1993. Then they built the Cinema World at the Cartmagdown end of the city. And not much long after that they built the bigger Odeon at the Douglasfield side of the city. So they had the three cinemas, and this one has been smaller than the Odeon, so that's smaller than the Cinema World as well. So I think that's why that closed down early. It only lasted about 8 or 9 years. The two big cinemas that are the Cinema World and the bigger Odeon are still in use, multi-screens. The Cinema World's got 9 screens. And the big Odeon's got probably about 9 or 10. I'm not quite sure, I can't remember, I think that may only had about 4 or 5 maybe, I'm not sure off the top of my head, I'd have to think about that one. But it was definitely a lot smaller than the other ones, so I think that's the reason why that closed down quite so soon. So the plan is, once this has all been gone, once this is gone completely, the plan is to build another home bargain. At present there's a home bargain where the old Zap Zone was. And then, well, as the Zap Zone started, then it went to as a mega bowl. Then it made into a home bargain, and then other halves of the building. But the plan is to build another bigger home bargain in this place in the cinema. So the original buildings, the old buildings back there, they're the original mills, old jute mills from way back. But they're converted into flats now. That's the plan anyway, to build another home bargain. So I remember the whole complex when it was being built in the early 90s. It was 1992 I think they finished it, when they built then. And I remember the old mills when it was derelict. They were just derelict for a long time. And then they eventually converted them into flats. Cover on the top of the mills. But back then, I remember in 1992 I was at the engineer training service. It was like an engineering thing, and there was like a kind of night out kind of thing on one. I think it was a Friday night. It would have been a Friday night, and we all went to the Zap Zone, where the home bargains is now. It was maybe late 1992. I was only I'd be 17 back then, and the Zap Zone was like all state of the art. You know, it was lasers. That's what it was, a Zap Zone. You to hit the player's laser gun, like, you know. See, back then that was like, you know, high tech stuff. 30 years ago. But they had other things here as well. There's a big Buster chipper as well. The bingo, that's still there. There's another building that I can't remember off the top of my head what that was. Maybe somebody can see in the comments. But yeah, some memories. Like they started bringing the buses in as well. They ran the buses into the complex and they opened. It was shortly after it was opened. So I think the pipes are for the ventilation cooling system for the projectors, because that looks like the same type of pipes that go to the top of the projectors. That'll be cold air, cold filtered air, I think. Keep the bulb cool, projector bulb, and all the electronics as well. All the electrical power units, amplifiers, they have to be cooled with clean, cool air, dry air, air conditioned air probably. The big trunk in there, that'll be the air conditioning for the actual theatre, for the lounge bit, for us to breathe basically. So the pipes are specifically going directly into the projector. whereas these are for the, you know, for the temperature of the build, for everything else. So that he's taken all the bits and pieces out and put them into separate piles. We've got masonry, concrete, bricks, cement, reinforced concrete, fiberglass. You know, they put them into separate piles. Oh, this is a tipper, just noticed that. That'll be getting loaded up with all the skip. So that big ducting, the air ducting pipe or channel, big air ducting, that'll get put into separate material piles. You got your steel beams, they'll go in that pile, then you've got all the reinforced concrete steel there, then you've got the roof panelling, this is in there, then you've got brickwork, probably got wiring as well, separate piles. All they separate the materials out. And then it goes into the big skips, you know, each there'll be a skip for each part, and then they'll go for the wherever it goes, recycling or whatever they do with it. That's why it takes quite a while. A lot of people have said why it's taken a while for it to get demolished, but they don't just bulldoze it in a winner, they do it methodically. All done methodically. It's not just a case of, as much as it would, it'll be adrenaline rush to see the big bulldozer just bulldoze it all good. I'd love to see that, like, but no, it's all done methodically. They do it, they take them down piece by piece and put them, separate them up into different piles. So that's why a lot of people think, oh, they wonder why it's still up, taking so long. That's the reason why, because there's only two mechanical excavators, so, and there's only so many hours to work. But they've got to do it in sections. And then when the big lorry comes in with the skip, they've got to obviously load that up. There's a lot of work to be done, like it's done in stages, so it takes a while for it to totally disappear. You know, it'd be brilliant to see a big wrecking ball just smashing it down and no, you know, see all that big bits of concrete, like when they blow the multi-stung. No, it's done methodically. That's why it's taken a wee while. So that looks like plasterboard piles. So there's a separate bundle for all the different materials that go into building. See that? I think that's galvanised steel or something. That'll go in a separate pile. That's the piping for the, it might even be water or gas piping as well. Well, it's got insulation on it, so it could be air conditioning or it could be hot water. But it's got insulation on the pipes, and it'll be to keep it either cold or keep the air conditioning cold or the hot water hot. So that'll go into separate piles from the other piping there, right? So I think that's knocking off time for them. That's both the built excavators getting parts up now. But certainly got a lot more done since it was last year, a few days ago. I mean, as I say, they are getting through it slowly but surely, but they've got to do it, you know, a piece at a time. So, still hear bits falling off. Anyway, that's an update video of the 13th of October 2022, sorry. I've got that many dates floating about my head. It's 13th of October 2022, and that's the update for the demolition for the Stack Liesure Park Odeon Cinema. I'll show you how far it's came along on the length of it, looking at it from this angle, because I'll give you a scale as to how far they've progressed in, because it started from the front, which is the cinema stretched up to as far as Airfield Road. So if you've looked at my previous videos, you'll see how long the building had stretched from. But now I'll show you how much has been, you know, demolished and how much is left. You'll get an idea just how much of the building's left. So I've done it and I'll show you that. So it's coming probably about halfway through. So, but behind that wall there, it's quite empty. It's just empty space behind there. So that'll be done in no time. As I say, they've got to methodically dissect all the parts out first of all. That's why that wall's still remaining there. There's not much behind it. There wasn't really much behind it anyway. It was just a big open space for the cinema. But they've got to take it piece at a time, you know, and that's why they just can't push that wall down and be done with it. Like, yeah, they've got to do it at a slower, methodical rate. But that's how much it's progressed from looking at it from, well, that's looking at it from the west. So that's looking east, on the east. That'll be the west side wall looking east into it. So if you know this length of it, you'll know roughly how far they've come in. Right, so that'll do for the day. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll do my best for more updates when I can. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.